And welcome back, everyone. Hopefully, you have gotten some snacks. I know I did. I needed some. And you've stretched your appendages. Where we left off, you all had just flown on the back of Zunde, the crystal dragon, to meet with Baron Voss Creel at the foot of the Spire Mountains. And once again, it is in the month of Segundus, which is, I believe, the last month of winter before spring happens. So it's pretty cold here. And what you notice around these mountains is, unlike the Waynoak Mountains with this sort of rolling large peaks, or Mount Moldor, which is very tall, like Himalayas type, these spires are like tall, jagged, individual mountaintops, very treacherous, very intimidating looking in this area. But you are here, and the Baron is here. Well, I thought that perhaps you may had abandoned me, but glad to see you all here.
You, stay true to your word.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Well, we have much
Ready.
to discuss. Were you able to keep to stop the fighting, perhaps gain any allies?
We have
Maybe
a week of no
delayed it.
fighting?
Well, I suppose then that will have to be enough, will it not?
We can do what we can.
Very well. So, I am open to suggestions here, but I've had some time to think about devising what we are to do. The goal being to get into Tularhalas. This moment, our best bet is to go through the Spires, through the Crag Pass. The defenses of Ceylon are weaker, perhaps less stringent for a number of reasons. One being I do not think, or we did not think, that anyone would go through these treacherous mountains. But also, secondly, is that we had made a loose arrangement with Varsiliax, the Crimson Dread, and that they would be watching for any attacks in this direction.
And Dragon is okay with you?
I hope that we don't cross paths with the Crimson Dread, but if we do, I highly suggest that you let me do the talking at first. Now, my question to you is, I could perhaps get away with getting one or two of you in here, but we need a solid plan for why I'm bringing 4, and he looks to Zunde, or 5 strangers into Ceylon.
Well,
New recruits?
I am a magician.
Most of you are well known in Ceylon.
Well, we have
Yes,
disguises. Also, yeah, what we are?
Seeing as how, in not so ancient history, you made it a point to foil my plans.
So maybe you figure it out. Hmm?
The Dredge shouldn't have no knowledge of this, right?
The Crimson Dread, perhaps not. Except for her, I would assume you old dragons all know each other. Zunde
Racist.
looks. I am aware of the Crimson Dread, yes. Well, any ideas? I'm all ears. I
We
have
have
had
disguises.
You do? What disguises do you have?
Vin has Whatever disguise you want.
I like snap my fingers and become him.
Now, wait a minute. We've already done a lot of the heavy lifting on this plan so far. Your job was to get us into Salon. I think
And I'm
you need to
working on
figure
it.
it out.
Falcane, let's not argue. Show him your disguise. Come on, you worked really
We're
hard on
fine.
it.
We're fine with this.
With what? Him
He hasn't
sneaking us
done
into
anything.
Salon? Well, he's gonna have to do all the talking. So I think he will earn his keep.
It was his job to get us in, so he should have hatched the plan.
You
I'm
want him
working
to be in
on the
charge of your
plan.
disguise? Look how he dresses. There's no way.
Look, I understand that you're upset, and I'm sorry for what I've done, but I'm trying to make amends. Now, having me here is a positive to get you into Salon. I'm doing the best I can now. I'm not completely aware of what your strengths are, so I'm trying to get some participation. Now, if you'd like for me to make this up, then of course, he points to you. Vin, you look like, well, Estoc. Then all the rest of you, I suppose, are prisoners. There, plan done. You're welcome.
Very good. He did something.
How long will it take to go through the pass?
Well, I personally haven't traversed this by foot. I would assume it would take around 2 full days to go through the spires.
But once
I
we get
suggest-
through, how long is it gonna take us to get to Kalar Halas?
I would assume that your friend, and he looks to Zunde, I assume your friend would help once with the other side. I would not recommend flying over these mountains, though.
Got it. So we're essentially sneaking through the north because that's not watched by anybody but the dragon. But if we fly, the dragon will see us. If the dragon does see us, he's going to talk to the dragon. Once we get through, then we'll fly to Klarhalas and then he'll sneak us in as prisoners. Got it.
Mind you, there are some loose defenses towards the end of the journey in the Crag Pass. More
Well-
watch posts than anything.
It's fine. We're equipped.
Very well. Are there any preparations anyone needs to make before we set off on our journey?
Bryn does not have many spell slots, but I guess that doesn't matter.
I thought we slept. Oh, wait, no, we didn't.
I used them all.
That's right.
All right, let's get to it then.
Very well. And he sort of tightens his cloak and makes his way through these large, jagged mountains.
I'm watching him like a hawk the entire time.
Alrighty.
I still don't trust he's not leading us into a trap.
So you continue through for the rest of the day, which is a half day's travel or so, since you had to spend another half day to go from Ephrion. And you all make it a decent ways into the mountain. Valken, during the travel, you hear a voice inside of your head. Really believe him to not lead you into danger? I mean, he's directly responsible for your sensei's death, isn't he? A lot quicker to trust than I thought you would be, Valken.
Who said anything about trust?
Believe you me, when it's time to strike him down, I will be more than ready.
That's fantastic.
Just reminding you, you can count on me. We've been together for so long.
Yep. Sure have. Stay in front of me so I can see you.
So you were talking to your sword in your head, and then now to the Baron.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking it was the Baron.
That was the sword in your head.
My
Talking to
bad. Yeah, whatever. I think Valken, he's just like, you're gonna help me out with this, but pretty soon I don't think I'm gonna need you anymore.
Oh, we'll see about that.
All right. Well, either way, I'm gonna enjoy killing this mage, and I think you will as well.
Very much so.
So, we have that much in common, at least.
Keep an eye on this Baron too. I wouldn't mind taking a slice at him.
You and me both. That's why he's out front.
See, we're such a good team.
The enemy of my enemy.
Is my enemy.
Ah,
And why did you just outburst like that?
yeah, this is all a
Talking to
conversation.
Baron. I feel like they have the same voice.
I know, that's right.
You guys, what if the sword has been the Baron all along?
Mindfuck.
They are voiced by the same voice actor. Dun dun dun.
So as the Baron leads you through and it's sort of getting dark, I suggest that we should rest for the evening. I wouldn't want to continue here through the darkness.
It is safe.
No. But what other choice do we have?
And what sort of should we be aware of?
Besides the dragon.
Dragon. Yes.
Just the dragon.
Off chance of a salon patrol. Potentially. Who knows? I haven't been here on foot before, so.
Oh, Bryn, do you have enough spell slots left to make the hut? To make things safer?
Oh, no.
Very well then. Old style,
Actually-
as Ron likes to say.
Yes, I do. If we take a short rest.
Do that for sure.
Yeah, I'll do my. Think, or did I use it? No, I did not. Arcane Recovery. I have one spell left, and I'll use it to do Tiny Hut.
Okay. You tiny hut for the evening. Who do you choose to be allowed inside your tiny hut?
Everyone but the Baron.
Okay. And he goes to
Kidding me?
enter and is
Don't trust.
stopped. Are you serious? Now?
How many times have you fucked us? Like literally, let's try to count them.
Well, if I died of exposure out here, then good luck getting
Oh,
into salon.
Surely you're not going to die of exposure.
He just sort of like turns his back and then puts his back up against the bubble.
Aren't you from like a long time ago or something?
Yeah, aren't you like
And-
dead already?
Aren't you guys always going on about how you're made of sterner stuff back then?
Let's just get this over with. Hmm.
Very well.
Maybe Ron is being, what is the word? Cynical, but we're all in this together now. Ron does not believe Baron will betray us at this point. Archmage already has what he wants. There's no need to deceive us anymore.
Probably right. Okay, fine, you can come in.
excellent news. And he kind of comes in and just wipes the snow off of his cloak and just takes a seat. It's quite warm in here. It's very nice, isn't it?
We will not be doing much discussion, but it's just
Make it smell bad just for him.
Not just for him.
Okay,
All right,
checking.
I estimate another day and a half travel, and then we should be out of the woods or the mountains.
I fart. And then
We all just
I
fart
nodded.
all night
Bryn.
long. Bryn will fart too.
You're just kind of.
well, while we're at it.
And he's got the face of like he looks like he smells your farts inside your
I
little.
don't acknowledge it. We all just
Right.
stare at him.
Yeah.
You're kind of fart boxing
Are
the
we
Baron
farting
here.
and like staring, giving him eye contact while we're doing it? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
He smells it but doesn't say anything. He's just like
I mean, it doesn't disperse unless I want it to, I don't think.
it's just mixing in there.
Because we're in an enclosed
Mixed
bubble. Things
fart.
don't pass in it.
My favorite.
Awesome.
Worth it.
Now
Worth
that
it.
that has been explored as in usage for tiny huts, the next
Tiny
morning,
hut filled with tiny farts.
yep, in the safety of your tiny huts, the next morning goes by, and I want someone to roll a d6 for me.
I got it. 6.
A 6. Very well. And you are all traversing. So the plan, and he had asked Vin to look like Estoc, which is the Warforged. So are you continuing with that?
Yeah.
Or what do
yeah.
you look like?
If
Okay.
that's the plan that we all agree on, then I am down to continue it.
And you make it through, and you're sort of in the jagged sort of peaks of this mountain now, halfway through the day. And you see a large shadow come over the landscape here. And you look up, and you see the vast wings of crimson darting over the peaks above you all, circling the area. And you see a huge red dragon in the air above you all. And you see the Baron's eyes widen. Hide, hide. We have to hide now.
We hide.
Yep. Trying to find a space to be out of sight.
Everyone make a stealth roll for me.
Are we in the hut though?
no.
This is the next day as you're traveling.
Well, Brian gets disadvantage.
I'm gonna use the inspiration that I've been carrying for a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna use an inspiration I have as
Alrighty. The Baron also rolls at disadvantage.
Wait.
Who rolls with disadvantage? The Baron and who?
Ron.
Ron? Okay. I didn't know if that still mattered in this context.
What's
Okay,
that?
Ron is gonna hidden step and just stand still while he turns invisible.
And that lasts for a minute? Or no, 6 seconds, right?
Okay, Ron will hide, but then do it anyway.
well. I have 2 inspiration. I can give you one. And not be at disadvantage.
You could?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Normal rule.
The Baron is at disadvantage, and he rolled a natural 20, but he also rolled a 2 for a total of
Oh, man.
5.
Okay, Ron
I
got
got a
7.
16.
Okay.
Oh, Ron.
So
Okay.
16, 7 for Ron, a
17.
5 for the Baron, a 17 for Valken, and was that what you said? Yes.
Yeah, 17.
And then what was
I have
Vin's?
18.
18. And then Zunde. Okay. Pardon me for not having her stats up immediately. Bad DM. a 28 for Zunde.
I think that puts us over the top, yeah.
There are now 6 of you. Okay. And as you all are hiding your best underneath the outcroppings next to the rocks, you see the dragon circling over and then pass you by. Just barely.
Nice. Do you think he was attracted to our farts?
Ron hopes
Hopefully.
not then.
No, like dragon eggs. Rumor has it they smell like rotten eggs, and we farted a bunch, so maybe it thought that it was finding some dragon eggs to sit on.
Is this true, Zunde?
She like narrows her eyes at Vin and doesn't say anything and just bops her in the ankle with her staff. No!
I bop her back.
She blocks you. She grabs your hand and blocks you.
She's like a kung fu master, right?
She's a sensei of a martial arts school, yes.
Yeah.
And
Tiny
Vin is
dragon
not
Yoda.
well known for her fisticuffs, we'll say. All
All
right.
right then.
So you've continued on for the rest of the day without any further incident. Baron was saying another day or half day, perhaps, through these mountains. So another night passes by. Unless you want to converse with anything, we can go to the next day and have someone else roll, or Vin can roll a d6 again.
What can
I can
we
do it again.
expect once
Or-
we are inside Bosquil?
4.
I am not entirely sure of the state of Kulahalas at the moment. He has what he needs. I'm sure he's performing some sort of arcane spell or ritual that we'll have to stop, but we'll have to assess when we get there.
And about how far away are we now?
Well, about another day's travel through here, and then however fast your draconic friend can carry us. Another few days, perhaps.
All right.
Well, we should keep moving then.
Well, where are we going now?
You're still going through the mountains.
Where are we trying to go?
Ular Halas, eventually.
Right, which we have not been there. Never mind.
Baron has.
He's currently with us.
Yeah, he's the guy that's leading you through the mountains.
Listen, my mind is all over the place.
So he sort of looks to you. Did you have a better plan?
Well, I can teleport there, but you need to describe it in its exact entirety. If you have something from there, it would be way better. But the thing is that if you don't describe it exactly the way it is, we might be somewhere else, somewhere similar.
I don't think we should risk it. I don't want to be inside a rock.
He looks to you and says,
Maybe he has a house or something there.
Maybe
and
he has
he
something from there.
he pulls out a small bag. Perhaps this could suffice.
And I like hold the bag and I'm like, this is from there?
It is.
This could work. And I look at the group as like, get there now, get there later.
Well, where are we gonna teleport to there, though? Does he have a location for us? Do you have like a house or something?
This sand was collected just before the front gate, before we left. I tend to take a handful with me before I leave.
So that would put us at the front gate of Ceylon.
Correct.
Which is probably a bad idea.
Said I don't know the state of what's going on there.
It sounds very risky.
You don't have
We'll
like
have to do it.
an apartment, a flat, a studio?
Ooh, like a nice park with like a garden? Somewhere
I
with
mean, I
lots of
have-
open air.
A favorite diner?
I mean, I have, of course, places that I reside and these things, but I don't have anything from there.
But you could describe it in detail.
I don't think it's worth the risk, Phil. Remember about the whole ending up inside of a mountain thing?
Yes, but this would be a little different. We actually have somebody that could describe something. Either way, it's up to you. It's how quickly do you want to get there?
I mean, we got really close to dealing with the red dragon.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's your call. If everybody wants to do it, I mean.
I'm in.
Okay. Vin,
I believe in Vin. I think with enough information we can do it.
And I like touch the bag and I sniff it and
Are we doing the front
holding
gate
it.
or are we doing his house?
his house if he has one. Did he say he has one?
Does have an
Describe
item
to
from
you
it.
where it is, but I have nothing from there necessarily.
You can't describe like the interior of your
I
living
can
room?
describe it. You're not listening to me. I can describe it, but I have nothing from there. I'm assuming this will affect her spell.
I mean,
Well, the backpack will take us to the place, and your description will take us inside of the place. Either way, we're going to the place. We're not going to die. It's just a matter of are we at the front door or are we in your house?
And Zunde pulls Valken aside.
yeah,
You trust him,
no.
knowing what your friend can do. Do you believe that this bag is from some location there? Because if we're wrong, he could be putting us wherever he wants. Keep this in mind. I don't want to upset the group, but there are dangers.
So I might look dumb on the outside, but I can assure you, I've already thought about all of this, and I think we're at the no turning back point here anyway. I mean, he's kind of made himself our only key to this operation. We have no second plan. So I think he's pretty much got us where he wants us if he was gonna, trick us.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather travel on foot?
Just wanted you all to be aware of the risks.
Well, we don't exactly know what to do if we got there on foot anyway. How we're gonna get inside the city? We'd still rely on him anyways.
Very well, it's up to the group.
And did we overhear this conversation or is this a whisper amongst them?
She kind of just pulled him aside as a side conversation, but if you wanted to listen, she's not like trying to hide it. She was just kind of like, while everyone was talking about it, he's like, hey, Falcon, listen to what I have to say.
So, Graham's concern was that like we all think that the Baron's not entirely trustworthy, Baron.
Oh, come on.
So the risk is whatever this bag is might take us to a prison cell in Ceylon or whatever. I think we should still do it. We're in his hands now either way, so.
Cool.
How many days away are we?
One more day of travel in the mountains, and then if Zunde flies you the rest of the way, you could get there. If she just went day and night, didn't stop, you could probably get there in another day or two. So
3 days
maybe
total.
3, maybe, yeah.
We are on a timetable here.
Yeah, and Ron would not want Zunde to be fully exhausted from flight in enemy territory.
Well, if it is like a jail cell or somewhere else, he would be inside of it too.
Right, I mean, it's not
Yes,
where it
but-
is, I assure you. Not a jail cell.
Insight. Make sure
Go for
everything is cool. Nice. What is the numbers? 25.
25. It's definitely not. Just telling the truth as far as you know. Like you don't sense any sort of deception on his part as to where this, bag of sand that he has may lead you. You're just telling the truth that it will put you right at the gate on the inside of the city.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or-
we've come this far.
DM for, like, just so we're all clear on how teleport works. If the Baron can describe in enough detail, like, his living room, like, that would still be a really good success chance of getting there, right?
Yeah, the successes are different per the table. So you have, if he describes it to you, you have about a 25% chance to get there on target. Another 25% chance to get there off target, meaning that you'd be off by a percentage. And then about another 10% chance that you go somewhere that's similar to what you described, but might be anywhere in the world.
Oh, okay.
Or there is
Further
about
away.
a 40% chance that there's a mishap, which is all sorts of stuff.
Okay, I didn't realize I thought it would be more. I thought maybe it was going to be like a much higher percentage.
Description is the lowest tier.
Oh, really?
So what does the item
There's
get
second
us? Like
lowest.
much better
Like, even
odds,
if he
or
could
just
give like his house address and the street he lives on, like,
Yeah, so in the chart, description is the lowest chance of success you can get, other than trying to go somewhere that doesn't exist.
gotcha. Okay, well, I guess the bags.
And
Best
the bag
bet.
of sand takes us to the front gates.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
and
this is
that's a
from,
bad thing?
Just before we walked out of the gates, I take a handful of sand, put it in the bag. Just a sort of a ritual that I've done since I was a young warrior. But like I said, it is right in front of the gate.
Let's say
Is that
we.
bad?
I was going to say,
there's
let's
probably
say we
guards.
do end up there. What immediately greets us? A wall,
good question.
guards.
It would be the
Archers,
inside of the
cannons.
gates, so there would be guards, many of our knights, arcanists, watching the walls, perhaps, and then anyone else in the interior of the city.
if you
And-
told them that you teleported us, would they believe that?
There's a chance. I've never teleported before on my own volition.
Are you a notable enough figure that your word is taken at face value there?
Normally, yes, but I'm not sure what the Archmage has said about me, if anything. Didn't seem too pleased when he left, but I don't believe he immediately knows of my betrayal. I leave the choice up to you all.
Yeah, I mean, for all we know, they could have wanted posters up at the guardhouse for him.
Yeah.
We are popular, according to the Baron.
I mean, for him.
But if Vin changes, makes two of us become invisible, but then that leaves the Baron and two others.
Wait, are you already looking like the Warforged, or are you still looking like Vin?
I think the plan was to look like the Warforge and walk
all
in like you're
prisoners?
my prisoners.
And walking in is quite different than teleporting in front of the gate. Mind you, they know that Estok does not have that power. I'm certain of this, and they haven't seen me do this before, so if you want to get there quickly, this is the best option, but not sure how well our guys would hold up. But it's a risk, and you've mentioned that we are on a timetable, so...
Rin?
I think it's too risky.
One vote for too risky.
What would happen if the whole city was alerted?
We would be descended upon by every fighting knight arcanist in the entire grand city of Kularhalas.
Do you have any people loyal to you?
Well,
If you were to expose the Archmage's true purpose,
it would be my word against his. Perhaps I could sway some people.
How hands-on was this guy? Was he like an always present leader figure, or was he just like everybody knows he's in charge but never around? How does this work? We know nothing about this place.
He was a beacon for hope for many people that had no other place to turn.
Of course he
He
was.
gave them purpose, gave them lives, helped them hone the skills, the powers. There are many zealots within the walls.
What are
Why
the
couldn't he have been-
chances?
A corrupt guy who doesn't rule at all.
What are the chances that he has already told them to arrest you on sight?
I'm not certain that he would be aware of my betrayal immediately. He seemed quite displeased with my performance, but that does not necessarily mean that he thinks I betrayed him.
well, if he already knew, you'd be dead. He has your life
I
file.
would assume so, but he also likes to play his games.
Then I think we just teleport in the city, actually, because the thing is, we're going to have to go through the gates as well, unless you know a secret passage into the city.
No.
We're going to have to go through the gate anyways. Might as well just show up in the gate and get it over with. And worst case scenario, they send us all to the prisons and we go from there. We have ways of getting out of prison. We still have a bottle of gaseous form, no?
Mm-hmm.
You could teleport.
Alright. Well, what are we waiting for?
Let us do it. Actually, I'd kind of rather we did it when I had full spell slots.
Do you want to sleep?
Yes. We should be fully prepared if we're going to do this. We're already saving time. I think it is worth it. We should be fully rested.
Right.
Unless you don't think we can rest here. But I do have tiny hut.
Rest in your hut.
Okay. So, you rest in your tiny hut up into the mountainous region. Please.
Ron will pray to Sylvanas on this night.
Rin will
Before-
also pray to Sylvanas, but
Before
secretly
we-
Saran doesn't know about it.
Before we go into the gates of hell.
Alrighty. As you are resting, and it is early morning or so. You hear some low talking footsteps around you.
Oh.
And you're still in your hut here.
Does everyone hear this?
It's pretty apparent they're not like being sneaky, they're sort of walking.
Wait,
And
the hut looks like it's the Baba Yaga place, right? Like, that's how you flavored it, right?
Yeah, I didn't have to.
Oh.
Would you have
I could
changed
have
it?
changed it to look like our surroundings a little bit. It's still like it has to. By law, it has to look like a dome.
Yeah.
I felt
By
like
law.
flavoring it as something very obvious got me around that rule. So I could make it like an earth-colored dome.
Oh.
best bet, I guess.
I'm gonna stick with the Baba Yaga hut.
Why not?
We're already here.
Okay. So you hear footsteps. And since you all can see out, you see what appears to be a group of about 4 to 6 individuals walking through the area, 2 of which look heavily armored with great swords, and then others look to be more of the caster variety. And it appears you are in the path of patrol from Salon.
Osgril, what do we do?
I am just gonna we could try and talk to them. We could try and convince them of our intentions here.
As what?
That we have captured some of our enemies and we are escorting them back to Kulahalas.
Or we could kill them and make it look like a dragon did it.
That's also
Or-
possible.
We take them out and then take their armor and robes as disguise.
Ooh.
Another option?
Okay, talk first. If fail, we take them out.
So, I'm a prisoner. Ren
I
is
was
a
thinking
prisoner.
we'd just stay in the hut and let the Baron deal with it.
Or that. That's fine. I think you're
Do
up,
I drop
Baron.
the hut before they see it?
Say that one more time. I missed what you were saying.
Should I drop the hut before they see it?
Up to you. What do you do?
It's pretty conspicuous. Will we have to, like, are they right in front of us or would we have time to try and hide?
You know that they're there. If you like, what's the intent that you want to do? You have time to do it.
Have they seen the hut?
They are close to the hut. You're not sure if they've seen it yet.
They're close
Okay,
enough
my
that we
goal-
can hear them talking.
Yes.
Yeah, my goal would be to drop it and like hide behind a bush.
You could do a group stealth roll if that's what you would
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Is that the plan?
I mean, otherwise there's just a random hut here and they're gonna be suspicious.
So the Baron looks to you. He's like, "Am I talking? Are we hiding? What's the deal here? They're getting
we're
closer."
hiding. And I drop
hiding?
and I jump behind a bush.
Shit. All right, everyone, make a group stealth roll
And I
again.
push Ron to jump behind a bush as well.
Oh, jeez.
You can do it. I believe in you, Ron.
Let's go. Nat 20 plus 1 is 21.
You just turn into. Oh, I got a nat 22.
Oh my god. No pressure,
Nat
guys.
20
Ooh.
plus
Ron got a 2.
2. Oh no.
We have 2 nat 20s though. The odds are in our favor.
What was yours for Bryn?
22.
It was a nat
Valken?
22.
Nat
I got 8.
22.
An 8 from Valken.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2 awesomes and 2 could be betters.
Zunde did not do very well for her.
Shit, Sunday, you fucked us.
The Baron got a 3, by the way, or a 4. Sorry.
He's not supposed to be stealthing. He shouldn't be part of the count. I said, you're talking, we're hiding, and I shoved him forward.
Okay, that's not what you said earlier, because you
That
said,
is
"Am
what
I
I said.
talking or are
Yeah,
you hiding?"
that's
But
what
if you
I
want
said.
him to move forward, he will.
That is exactly
And
what you
everyone
said.
else is trying to hide.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
That way
Everyone's
he can,
hiding
get
except
them-
for the Baron.
He can get them
Gotcha.
out of here without them noticing us, you know?
Alrighty then.
Sorry, I had to say it quick.
I
'cause-
heard it fun.
Thank you, Mac.
Okay, so you drop it and you all dive behind rocks and bushes and whatever else to try
Did Ron
to
roll again? So you just stand there.
It's like a very thin tree, and Ron is like
uh-huh.
pretending to be a branch.
Okay, one moment.
Armor's kind of greenish. Maybe you blend in. If you
Wearing
don't
black
move,
now.
they can't see you.
Oh, it turned
Everyone
green.
knows
Makes
that.
sense to me.
Oh, did it turn green?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
What were you saying? Turn to green.
His armor's green.
Oh, my tabard, because it was the Black Knights, but then
Uh-huh.
Falcon thought it was, or Vias thought it was blacks, but I was like, oh, but it changed to green.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Baron kind of comes forward on his own and puts his hand up. Hello! Hey! I'm so glad to see you all. Everything is just fine here. And, there is an arcanist, with long red and
This is
white
the guy we thought was
robes.
an evil mastermind like months ago.
Yep.
And she's got a sort of dark skin and stark white hair, and she's like, "Baron, what are you doing here? Are you all right? You hadn't returned from the battle. I was chasing down some of the enemies, and let me tell you, they are all dead, all of them. And I am trying to make my way back to Kularlas." And she says, "Well, we'd be happy to escort you back, of course." "I don't think that's necessary. I want to stretch my legs a little. Take it all in. Enjoy the sweet taste of victory." And she sort of looks, "Very well. You're sure you don't want us to escort you?" "No, I'm fine. It's all fine." And you see another one with wearing a hood look. "Who's that with you?" And points to Ron, who's standing like this behind a small tree. Who's whom? Just nothing here but us warriors and rocks. And the one who spotted Ron starts to move to the side in a sideways direction. And the Baron's like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. The Crimson Dread around here I saw them yesterday, and I know that we sort of have an agreement, but I wouldn't really want to get face to face and make yourself known. And they sort of climb and look, and they see Valken sort of kneeling with your 8 stealth. And he's just sort of looking, oh, them! Prisoners that I got from the battle. We took the long way back to Kula Halas, and I can handle them myself. And the mage looks to him and says, I see, Baron. Of course, you can escort these prisoners by yourself. And she's like nodding at him. I'll make an insight roll.
Yep. Can we all do it, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
What are we inciting?
Just roll the insight.
Natural 1. He's a great liar.
23.
Okay.
I don't simple math.
21 as well.
22.
Okay. Bryn, you don't know what's going on, but you're behind this rock and things are going great. The rest of you, the Baron did his best in this situation, but he wasn't as persuasive as he could be. Maybe he couldn't come up with something quickly enough as to why he would be here on his own. But they've seen you, and he's tried to pivot to say that you're his prisoners. And seeing the Arcanist suddenly start to come around to agree with him, you all can surmise that this sort of quick turn has led you to believe that this Arcanist believes the Baron is in danger and that you are his captors, not the other way around.
So this might be really dumb, but Valken is gonna stand up and walk out with his hands to the side, not being threatened in any kind of way. Head slightly down, and he says, Baron, sir, how much farther?
Oh, just a few more days, prisoner, and he just smacks you on the side of the face.
Ron does like the same thing. He's like, you promised if we came with you, we would come alive and you would kill us.
Of course. Now quiet you. And like looks at you and
Valken will go back to the side and kneel down like he was doing.
And the Arcanist sort of looks. I would like Valken and Ron to both roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Okay.
After
This is
all
going
that
south fast.
disadvantage.
Yes.
What if we just
Actually-
teleport now?
I'm gonna do a thing that I have not used the campaign yet.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
It's called Drunkard's Luck,
Okay.
and I can expend 2 key points to make a disadvantage not a disadvantage.
Okay.
What?
I've not really had an opportunity to use this,
Okay.
I don't think. Let me mark off 2 key points. Or wait, hold on. It might not work in this situation.
I'll check for you.
Ability
got-
check. Oh yeah, it's ability check, right? No. Okay.
It is.
Ron got a 24.
With disadvantage?
Yes. My
Okay.
persuasion is really high.
Okay. Let me roll. Come on, be decent. This is persuasion?
Yes.
I'm pretty decent at that too. That's a 19 for me.
19. Okay. So she's looking. Very well. Why were the prisoners hiding? Well, I didn't know what sort of dangers lurked across the bend, and of course, I'm responsible for them since I'm the one who captured them. So we'll be heading to Kulahalas now. And the Arcanist says, of course, and we will be escorting you. So in this situation, you, they didn't believe him. You dug yourself in a hole. You've dug yourself a little bit back out. but they're not necessarily just going to let you just go, if that makes sense. There's red flags, but they don't outright call him a liar or you a liar.
Only Valken and Ron are exposed, right? Because we rolled a nat 20, we're still hidden.
Yeah, you all are still hidden for the moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Baron, we shall leave whenever you choose. And he sort of just like looks back to Valken and Ron, like, what's the play here? Are we gonna let them follow us and escort us there, or what's the deal here? He's kind of giving you like, what the fuck do we do? Like, you know.
Falcon's kind of doing the same thing, like.
Wasn't part of the deal, Baron. You said if we came willingly, we would live.
You're going to live, obviously.
Okay.
He's looking to you all. He's like, are we gonna let them follow us all the way there? Are we gonna kill them now? Like, what's the deal?
Was this audible to us? Like, how far away from him are we?
He's like whispering like through his teeth to you all. He's about like 20 feet away from the other patrol.
How are they like grouped up? Are we in like? What does the terrain look like right now? We're like
You're in like a very jagged, like mountainous terrain. You're following a trail through here. You all are sort of spread out behind rocks. At this point, kind of taking hiding positions where you could. The group of the patrol we're walking towards you on a line and sort of spread a little bit as I don't want to say negotiations, as the conversation started, and the one looked up on the rocks and noticed people. Then they started kind of on alert and started to spread out a little bit and got ready. So they're like still within like a 30-foot like diameter or so. So they're not like next to each other, but they're kind of spread a bit.
Whoa.
Ron, I think we should let them take us and have Bryn and Vin fall behind a ways and follow.
Okay.
Did you hear that? Follow behind the patrol like a good 30 feet.
We're not actually bound.
Let's just pretend like you're a prisoner. I don't know how it works.
Okay.
All right, so we're going with that.
We
will come with you.
Yes, willingly.
Oh, of course they will, because they're my prisoners. You lead the way, Arcanist, of course. And so, Valken and Ron are now in tow. Zunde is staying hidden. Bryn, it's up to you what you want to do, and Vin, it's up to you what you want to do. Vin, you look like Warforged.
Do you want me to fireball him? No.
It is 100% up to you all. The options are you can either take them all out, or you can let them escort you all the way to Kular Halas, which will take, at this rate,
a really long time.
probably a week.
How many of them are there?
There are 5 or 6.
Oh, that's good. Is it 5 or is it 6? I need to know.
It is 6. No. Yes. It is 6. Sorry. I lost count, and then I went to count and then lost my place.
I was hoping
6.
like maybe why Valken whispered that to them is like they could follow behind at a distance until we get somewhere where it's more advantageous, and maybe we could turn and engage when we have not
That
a
feels
standstill.
pretty advantageous.
And also, who is the warlord or whoever I am? Who is that?
Estok, the Warforged.
We killed him twice.
What does
Yes.
that mean?
You are a robot person.
Oh.
Like a robot knight.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not someone that of power that can be like, what are you doing? Unhand them. I'll explore
You're
it.
not above the Baron. You were like the Baron's right-hand robot.
Right, but what I'm saying is like the people that are around, like they won't listen to me. Like I'm no one of power to them.
If they're not listening to the Baron, they're not going to listen to you, if that makes sense. You're not a higher ranking official who's going to be like, you listen here kind of thing.
Mm.
You're like a bodyguard, essentially. With that being said,
Just gonna cast a spell.
Bryn and Vin, you are hidden. So, okay, you
Yeah.
cast a spell. What do you cast?
It would be nice to see the sun in front of us
What?
explode.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
cast-
fireball too. I cast a spell.
Okay, so Bryn
No!
first.
Yeah.
Bryn, you
No,
cast a
no.
spell.
Her first. Her first.
Okay, I'm gonna cast blindness, deafness.
Okay, so what we are going to do here is now that we have initiated this fun, I'm gonna move everyone over to the map here, and you can see where everyone is, and then we will roll initiative and see who gets surprised against who.
Oh boy.
Ooh, I like the moving
Holy-
trees.
Still can't believe we were ever intimidated by this guy.
I know. What a
He
What a letdown.
rolled comically low on his persuasion, is why.
it's
That
because
went that
he's
way.
weakened. Remember, he's lost like a bunch of his life force. He's like half the
Stick
man
up
he
for
used to be.
him.
Plus, we farted on him all night.
Yeah.
I think man was overrated.
Oh man. Okay. So if everyone would roll some initiatives for
Yep.
me.
This is a nice
And-
looking map though.
Ah.
There are the maps in the chat, I believe, that were posted.
All right.
It's pretty
Oh.
good.
See, this is good. If we hadn't done this, we wouldn't get to see this awesome map you had ready. See, I'm just helping you out.
Oh,
Thanks.
Sunday is way over there.
Alrighty. Yes, they are. Bryn, what is your AC? Or not AC, what's your initiative?
I was like, whoa, whoa.
What's your
19.
initiative? 18?
19.
19, got it. Valken.
It's a 18.
Vin.
20.
20. And Ron.
17.
Damn, look at these high rolls. All right, a roll for the Baron. He gets a... Oh, he gets advantage on initiative. 15. Roll for Zunde.
What if the Baron accidentally dies in all this, and then Vin can become the Baron, and we might have a better shot at succeeding?
Wouldn't that be fun?
I think Vin is smarter.
Zunde gets a 10. Okay. Since you all are doing sort of a pseudo surprise round, the Evoker Wizard is no longer surprised.
Oh, my spell doesn't go off for.
It'll
Any
be
of
in
this?
initiative order.
Oh, I thought it was
I
gonna
thought
be
that would
in.
start everything.
Yeah, same.
It depends on their initiative roll. It's like sort of a surprise round type situation. And they rolled higher. So next is Vin.
Oh, that changes everything.
That sucks.
I mean, you can still do
Yeah,
it.
I
They're
agree.
Mhm.
I mean, they're right there.
Just do what you
Well,
want to do. Do what you want to do.
I wasn't gonna do anything. I was gonna like I was gonna follow your lead with the like with
Well,
with
now
the
I'm
blindness
following your
deafness,
lead, so
and then
fuck
like
them up.
take them. Okay.
I have another thing I can do.
Yeah. I was thinking more like stealthily get them out of there versus fighting them.
We can always
Difficult
run.
to do spells stealthily unless you are a sorcerer that uses subtle spell, because you have to gesticulate and use arcane words and.
I mean, no. I do have subtle, but what I'm saying is like if she was gonna do her spell, like I thought that would like
I was gonna blind them and then
them
we could run. So
and then we can all run together.
Yeah.
It was like the original.
That's okay. I have another plan.
I mean, that could still work, probably. It's up to you, though.
I will.
Depends on if who succeeds and who fails.
I will cast, I guess, Fireball then.
Okay. It's up to you all.
We also have Zunde. We can just be like, Zunde, dragon, go. And fly out of here.
Can I see
Sure.
what? Wait. So they're all on a path together, or are they on a cliff? I'm confused by the drawing.
These are rock formations that are up here are really tall, but where this person is standing, it's like maybe 10 feet in the air.
I assumed since they can see Ron that it's not that.
They're like climbing. Well, can I see what a 20-foot high diameter is, or like a 20-foot diameter?
You can, if you're looking to fireball, you can fireball everybody.
I'm
That's
not
what
looking to
you're-
fireball. I'm looking to see what I can do. Wall of fire in a 20-foot diameter.
That is a 20-foot wall of fire. It's 20-foot radius.
Right. Yeah.
It wouldn't
Yeah,
stop
'cause-
them. They could go around it, I think.
But
20-foot
if you
radius?
blind them, then they're stuck in it. They don't know how to get out.
I can't blind all of them.
20-foot diameter. It says diameter specifically, so it would be half that.
It would be half that.
Just fireball them.
This is a-
Okay.
This is 10
No, you
foot.
want to.
I wanted.
diameter.
Okay.
They're all
It's up
grouped
to y'all. I mean, it's up to y'all. Y'all are casting spells, so that's
I
going to
just don't
start
want her to
combat.
feel constrained by what I was going to do because
No.
Finn doesn't know that. So just do what you
I'll
wanna do.
fireball then.
That's what you
Alrighty.
originally said. So
Everybody?
Yes.
Assuming? Okay. Everybody. So, I will start the bidding with this wizard.
And I'm gonna fireball at 4th level.
Okay. This wizard fails. This knight fails. This knight fails. This one succeeds. Fails, succeeds. So
All right. One
these
of
two
them is
succeed.
a 1, so I'm gonna re-roll it because my.
Go for
aim-
it.
Okay, so that is 3, 6. That's 7. That's 6, 7. I get to roll 3 more, but hold on. Let me get
Mm-hmm.
these totals. We rolling pretty good. We rolling really good. 36.
36. This one takes half. Oh, that was incorrect. This one takes half.
8. Is that it? Equals. Oh, no, it's 37. I'm sorry.
This one takes full amount.
I forgot. I was counting all the numbers. I was like, I don't know what that is. It's 37.
They'll take half of 37, still the same. So the people that took half still take the same.
Okay.
37. They take quite a bit. Okay. A good first volley. There's quite a few hurt friends out here as they look bewildered as a ball of fire is hurled over the cliffs here. Brandon, it's your turn.
Wait.
Or if you want to do anything else, sorry.
Yeah, I want to do a quicken spell
Uh-huh.
to then cast a cantrip
Go for it.
Which will be firebolt at this guy.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Hold on, what is that math? That is 25.
It hits. Roll your damage.
So 8.
Alrighty. They take 8 damage. Anything else?
No, thank you.
Bryn.
Okay, are they all looking pretty toasty?
Some of them are.
Okay. Let's see. I would like to cast. Actually, so Bryn's gonna stand up on top of this rock, and I'm gonna hold out this spear that you guys suddenly realize you didn't notice before. You must have been just really tired after the last battle. But Bryn has a shiny new spear, and it crackles with electrical lightning energy. And then I'm gonna cast using that lightning energy. I'm gonna cast my new spell, Storm Sphere. A 20-foot radius sphere of whirling air surrounds all of them.
Awesome.
Cool.
And they all need to, it's just out of nowhere, a storm. And you get a glint of like the Bryn that used to be when she had her storm themed powers. It's almost like she's used her wizard magic to like tap into that somehow. And then I'm going to have them each need to roll a strength saving throw.
Okay. We'll do it all in order here, starting with this one.
And my eyes go wide like, Bryn, you got your powers back.
Sort of. Not
This
really.
one fails. What's your save, your DC?
17.
Wizard succeeds. This one succeeds. This one succeeds. Fail. Succeed. So the two on the edges both failed. The others
They
succeeded.
take 5 bludgeoning damage
For failing, they take 5?
for failing. Yeah. That's okay. That's not the important part.
Okay.
It is also difficult terrain. And I'm going to use my bonus action and a bolt of lightning. I'm going to point my spear at the wizard, and a bolt of lightning is going to leap down from the center of the spear toward the wizard.
Uh-huh.
And since they're in the sphere, I have advantage on the attack roll. And that is a...
So you cast a spell, right? Which is your action.
This is a bonus action. It's part of the spell.
Gotcha.
22 to hit.
That hits.
And they're going to take 46 lightning damage.
Okay.
$12 lightning damage.
Alrighty, and they're pissed off about that.
And they also are going to have disadvantage on wisdom perception checks to listen.
Because there's a
So-
storm going on there, right?
We wanted to run. We could. Right, I'll just say that. If you all want to run, they're going to have trouble following right now. So I'll follow
They
your
have difficult
lead.
terrain, but nothing holds them in there, right?
Correct. So they can all get out. But we could try to run.
Okay, up to you.
I'm not going to run yet because Vin didn't. So I'd rather be the last
Falcon.
one. So.
Yes.
Oh, that'll happen to you if you go inside this.
If you
storm.
end your turn in that side of
If
it.
you end your turn in the storm. So don't end your turn in the storm.
I'm not
It's
going
only a little
into
bludgeoning damage. You'll be fine.
I don't want to go into a storm.
Good. Good
Uh,
answer.
I look at the Baron and Ron and Bryn. Good time to run, or are we trying to kill them?
They cannot know we're here.
Oh,
Good
true.
teleport right now.
we could drag it away as well. Are we killing him?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
well.
you're asking me? I'm part of the group now? They can't know that we're here, so I'll do what Blue Man Group says.
What is Blooming Group? Is he
Okay.
insinuating we run?
He's pointing at Ron because Ron is blue.
No, but I'm asking like, well, what was Ron saying?
Ron
Kill
wants
him.
to kill.
Kill.
Well, I'm not going into that, so I will hold an action.
Okay.
Actually, I'll scoot close, but not in the thing.
Just so you know, nothing bad happens to you unless you end your turn in there. But
You
just
can like go in,
mechanic-wise.
hit him, and come out.
You have a
Correct.
billion
Can I
movement.
see him
Yes.
in there?
Mhm.
Okay. So I move.
It's difficult terrain, so don't go way in there. But
Well, I feel like I saw some laddie, like there.
You can see him. It's not a big deal.
So I go in and just take out my trusty sword and start throwing some slices their way.
Go for it. Oh, good. This should be fun.
Yeah, just do your job this time.
I always do my job, Valken.
Oh, really? What happened the last battle then?
Extenuating circumstances.
Oh, too cold? Yeah, it's just a lie. Here we go.
amazing.
17 to hit.
That hits.
Yes. Let me get the right dice. The spaceship. Okay. Damage. 10 damage on that hit.
Okay.
And I will spend a key point to try and stun that person. Gotta beat a
Constitution saving throw 17.
Dang it. That works like once every 20 sessions. Dang it. Okay, second
It
attack.
worked last session.
Yeah.
Yeah, once in 20 sessions.
That's a 23.
That hits.
Okay, damage. 14 damage on that.
Okay.
And
Looking bloodied.
Okay, I will spend another key point for Flurry of Blows.
14.
I was gonna use Flurry of Blows.
Oh, sorry. You said something. Yeah, flare blows. Okay, go ahead. Go for it. My bad.
You're good. That's 29.
It hits.
Oh wait, my unarmed strike is a D8 now.
Yes.
Oh.
Monk shit.
Monk
That's
shit.
crazy. I like that.
Monk shit.
12 damage on that hit,
12 damage. Got it.
and the second hit, maybe is not a hit. Probably not. 13 to hit.
The Arcanist mage armor finally stops something as it gets close, and then you can't hit into them. So after taking
Okay.
3 blows, it finally
And
stops.
since I did Flurry of Blows, I'm gonna go ahead and dip out.
Yep.
And make my way back to about here, because I have like 1,000 feet of movement. So
Gotcha.
I'll take half cover behind a rock there and just kind of keep an eye on what happens.
That works. Up next, I believe that this one has to make a save.
They do have to make a strength save again. DC is 17.
They succeed.
Okay, they don't take any damage then.
Ron, we're no longer surprised. No.
All right. Ron is going to Misty Step right here.
Mhm.
And then we're like, haha, Ron lied. Ron is not prisoner. And gonna smack this.
Go for it.
Okay, does a 16 hit? Oh, no.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Ron will do
smacking damage of 13.
Okay.
Gonna swing again.
Mm-hmm.
Or much higher. Then Ron's gonna smite. Ooh, very nice. 29 damage.
29 damage as you sort of step in and step your 1 foot inside the storm raging all around you. Lightning is going on. It's like a terrible thunderstorm, and you raise your Mace of Smiting and smite the shit out of this Arcanist, and you just knock them with your Mace of Smiting, and they get picked up and then sent into the whirlwind. They're dead.
And then Ron's gonna step right here out of the storm little corner.
Okay. This one, they succeed.
Okay.
The Baron sort of looks over at you all. Oh, I suppose we could do this. He is going to cast Eldritch Blast at this one.
Ew.
He cast it last time in the last battle against you.
I forgot. Okay.
That's the first
I
one is
didn't know
going to
he
hit.
was a warlock.
Alrighty.
Ew, is the Archmage his patron? That's weird.
And you see sort of he swings his glaive, and then with the other hand sort of opens it up, like with palm up, in this pale purple light sort of streaks with 3 different sort of projectiles, and they all hit the knight and they expire. All right.
You said purple light is his Eldritch Blast?
The pale purple little projectiles. Zunde.
Grandma Zunde.
Get him, Granny.
She's a cutie pie.
She is a cutie pie. I have a drawing of her I should show you guys.
Oh.
She's gonna cast command on the one close to
Ooh.
her, and she just says, "Kneel," and they fail, so they're gonna go prone. Whoop.
If they're prone, are they going to fail their strength save?
I don't think that will
Affect
matter.
it? Okay. Just curious.
This one fails, so roll your bludgeons.
Okay. 5.
They are dead. They don't even get their turn. And then this one succeeds, and they're no longer surprised. Now, back to the top of the order. This one's going to roll their strength save, and it's going to fail, so roll that damage.
Four.
Alrighty, 4 damage. And they just, and they start stepping out of the storm. Make their way up here. And they are going to cast Cantrip at Ron. Sacred Flame.
Oh.
And they're going to miss you. Up next is Vin.
I am going. Hold on, they moved it. Let me just doubly check. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to cast Mind Spike at the Salone Knight.
Okay. What kind of save do they need to make?
It is
They rolled natural ones. So it doesn't matter.
wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, they rolled a natural one. So a 2.
Hold on. It'll be 10 damage.
All right.
And they cannot become invisible from me.
They can't become alive anymore either. As
they
you
died.
destroy them with their
That'll do it.
psychic energy in their brain.
And then I will use my quicken spell to get a firebolt at the hooded figure. The spell weaver dude.
Go ahead and roll your attack for them.
That would be, what is that? A 20?
It hits.
This hit DC is getting ridiculous. It's almost like I can't miss now.
For now.
For now.
This is one patrol, so.
Hold on. 13.
Alrighty, 13. Okay. Anything else?
No.
Bryn.
Okay, I'm going to first bonus action electrocute that guy that's still in the sphere.
Okay.
So
The
it's
poor spellweaver that's last in the initiative.
yeah, it's advantage. Okay, 17 plus enough.
17 plus enough. Okay.
17
hits.
plus
That
9.
hits.
Okay, and they're gonna take 4d6.
4d6s.
15 lightning damage.
All right, and you look just like Emperor Palpatine as you are injecting them full of electric
No, it doesn't
energy.
come from my hands.
Well, I guess it's a
It
sphere.
shoots
Sorry,
down from the sphere.
you describe it. Go ahead.
I'm not evil, Palpatine.
Describe
I just
it.
point
They're
my
dead.
spear at them, and then lightning just goes like naturally. It just like they just happen to be
Gotcha.
the highest thing around and hits them.
There you go. So it just when it's like a lightning rod,
Yeah.
it courses through their
Yeah.
body and just leaves them.
But they do the
burnt
thing
to
like in
crisp.
cartoons where you can see their skeleton, like
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Valken.
No, that was my
Uh-huh.
bonus action. That was my bonus
Oh,
action. Is he
Bryn.
still alive? The other
There's
guy's
one
over
more.
there.
Sorry, Valken.
Sorry, Valkian. I'm gonna throw my lightning spear at that guy.
You are 75 feet from them, so you need to get a little closer.
Okay,
I believe the long range of a spear is, I want to say, actually, I'm going to look it up. I'm not going to say anything. 60 feet.
It should be 60.
So you're at long range still. So roll.
It's okay. So it's disadvantage.
Mhm.
$16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and it's gonna be. I forget which is the thrown one. Damage. Oh, it's two-handed versus one-handed damage. So it's the one-handed damage, right?
Uh-huh.
6 damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to already use my bonus action.
Yeah.
But there should have been 2 added to the damage roll. So actually 2 more.
Okay. How do you destroy the last remaining
Yeah.
salon?
The lightning just, this one kind of courses around him like
Mhm.
Palpatine.
Gotcha. All right.
And then
There
I'll
you go,
drop
as you-
concentration on the storm.
As you sort of line it up and having a proper spear in your hand for the first time in a while, you
Yeah,
line it
I
up,
sort of like, oh, that felt really good.
toss it straight into the chest, burst of energy, and they fall backwards.
Oh, this felt really good.
Okay. And with that, you are all out of initiative now, with the last remaining member of the Salon Patrol dead.
Oh, okay. Now we have disguises.
Well, that could have went better, but I mean,
To me, it went great. I just electrocuted like 6 people.
He's right. It could have.
Oh yeah, he
Did a
could have
better
talked
job
his
at
way out of
deceiving
it.
him. What was that?
I mean, what was I supposed to do? I'm out here in the middle of nowhere by myself, and you all went to hide. I thought the plan was I had prisoners, and you just happened to leave me here by myself. I had to improvise.
Hey. All this time we thought you were some like fantastic mastermind of deception and intelligence.
I am,
Yeah.
but even I have some limits, obviously.
Clearly.
Oh, Baron, where have you been after this battle? You've been missing. Oh, you're in the middle of this pass by yourself with no one around you. What was I supposed
There are
to do?
so many things you could have done. You could have said, I'm on a secret mission. I can't talk about it. Please. You're compromising my mission. You could have said, I'm just getting some R&R. I've got a campsite over yonder. Would you like to see it? And then lose them in the woods. You could have said, oh, I'm out here to talk to the dragon, but he will not talk to me if you are here, so you need to go. You could have said all sorts of different things.
You're making it worse. It's fine.
It's obviously fine now.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks to me and Vin.
You have proven your trust to us because you could have easily given us up right then and there.
Exactly.
So, are
All
we
I'm
ready to
saying-
teleport or what?
Because we need you on your A game from here on out.
I am on my A game.
Really not.
Wait. Let us collect clothing and be disguised.
Yes.
That way we don't have to pose as prisoners, which would be obviously did not work first time.
Is there going to be anything that fits you?
One will take robe.
Looks
I
like
will-
a skirt.
Maybe Ron could be invisible or something.
I will take the robes of like the highest ranking person and then become them since I've seen them.
Okay. They were leading the patrol as like an arcanist. So they're probably lower level and station than Estoc, but you have the clothes and you can also do magic, so it more fits your persona, if that makes sense.
Would that arcanist know teleport?
Potentially.
Because
Not
then
sure.
we can just teleport to the front of the gates.
You should.
What
So
their
there was
armor look like?
There was one knight or two armored
There are
guys,
2
3 robes.
knights. Yeah, so the 2 Salon knights were wearing half plate. Of course, the arcanist, the one that Vin took their robe, is just a robe. One was wearing leather armor, and then 2 were also wearing leather armor.
I guess I'll find some of the leather armor that and put it on.
Mm-hmm.
Are the knights wearing anything like identifiable? Like I am a knight of Salon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of these are like robes, and like even if you don't want to grab their armor, you could grab like their clothing and stuff too. So
Okay.
if you want to look like Salon people, you can. Not a big deal.
Yeah, I think we'll all do that. We'll find stuff to fit Zunde, hopefully, as well.
One in Andorra. Okay, we're infiltrating the base dresses.
We could have one prisoner if Ron can't find anything to fit him.
No, it's fine, Ron. A little tight, it's fine. You don't
could
see
make a
clothing
in a
under
tavern, right?
armor anyways.
Wait, what?
You don't see clothing under armor anyways.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't wear clothing under your armor, and I was very concerned.
No, only when we rest.
Does that
Okay.
robe have a hood on it?
What's that?
Ron's robe does it have a hood?
Yeah.
Probably want to put that on, big guy.
Okay.
There you go.
Alrighty. So what is the plan?
Now we teleport.
Were we gonna go to the front of the gate since we have the clothes, or do you guys want to try to go to his house?
I think we do the front of the gate.
I
do
think
the
so
gate.
too.
Yeah, it sounded like we wouldn't.
You're dressed as the arcane caster,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That might not even be anything out of the normal.
Yeah.
And our armor looks all like burnt up, right? We could just appear and be like, oh, sorry, it was emergency. We got attacked
By dragon.
by the dragon.
By
Because it's
a
all
red
burnt.
dragon. Yeah.
Very well. All right. The Baron reaches back into his bag and hands you the small bag of sand from the front of the gates of Kular Halas that he carries with him into battle.
I'm so nervous.
Hands it over to her, to Vin, and says, all right, here goes nothing.
Good.
And I do it.
What's that
Oh.
for Falcon? Go ahead.
Do we need to know any passwords or anything? Anything?
I'll take care of that.
Is there like a greeting we should know? Like, live long and prosper when you meet someone, you know?
I can handle that. No worries.
Should we know it in case we get separated?
Magic is key.
Magic is key.
That's the word, or are you just telling me that?
That's what you're asking for. It's the exact. I'm answering your question.
So do I
Magic.
do magic, or do I
You would say it,
that?
and then I would say it back to you.
I can't believe I actually thought you all were a thorn in my side for so long.
I'm sorry, we've never been to Salon.
That is the phrase you give to people if they question your loyalty.
Magic is key.
Yes.
Like I do like sparks for your fingers.
If you'd like to, whatever you need to do, but words
However I
just work
can fit
fine.
in.
Settle.
All right.
Let's do
Have you ever
it.
done this before? Do we stand in a circle? Do we hold hands?
we all
or-
have to
Oh
hold
yeah,
hands.
let's
Yes,
hold
we,
hands.
we have to hold
Mhm.
hands.
Okay. Who's holding whose hand?
I'm holding Ron's hand.
I'm holding
Vince.
Brand, or not? Yeah, is his name not Brand? Is the
Okay.
Baron's hand?
Everyone. All right. Ron's holding Baron's hand.
And I'm like stroking it awkwardly because we
It's
don't
just like
have
that
to.
weird.
Oh my God,
Yeah, it's just like, excuse you. You notice that his skin feels cold to the touch.
Ooh.
Okay.
Zunde grabs your hand, Falcon, and grabs whoever else's. All right, and then Vin, you cast teleport using this bag of sand, and you appear like you had just stepped inside of the gates of Kular Halas, the jewel of Salon, its capital city, and its sprawling walls. Most of the
Finally
buildings here are made from either stone or sandstone, as you are now in a cold desert, as there are like small shrubbery, badlands sort of desert. If you think of like what I believe the Gobi Desert is also a sort of cold desert in that regard. Sort of small like underbrush and things, but in the city, you see these buildings and sprawling around. You see in the interior, large towers, all throughout, and then in the middle, one giant tower. But then you realize, is it nighttime? Did the time change when you teleported? What's wrong here? And you look up and you see a large streak of energy coming out of the center tower, in the middle of Kular Halas, and you see that there is a black mass cloud covering the entire city, and everything looks to be tinted in red.
Is that normally like that?
And as you sort of take it all in, you see that the normal hustle and bustle of a large city, whether it be with magical denizens or not, is not normal here. You hear screaming. You hear guttural noises. You look around, you see bodies, you see claw marks and people's chests. It is mass chaos. Spells are being slung to and fro. You hear people falling. And as you look around, you see creatures that you have never seen before. Fangs, large claws, scaled scaled bodies, other creatures that look to be large masses of just flesh. And there is an all-out assault, a war, an invasion, if you will, at Kular Halas. And you are here at the front gates, witnessing it all.
I look at the Baron and I'm like, well, time to go. We should be here. All right. And then I like kind of like march the other direction.
That's 100% right, Ben. I'm right behind you.
And that is where we will end our episode for the evening.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
I regret using those spell slots.
So, thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate you all for being here. Y'all are in the end game now.
Holy moly.
We're gonna die next
Y'all
time.
are in the end game now. So what we'll do is, before we do some quick shout outs for these wonderful content creators in the stream, I'm going to put a poll up in our Twitch chat. And what we'll do is you all will get to decide who the MVP is. And whoever wins said MVP vote will get an inspiration to use. And they're probably going to need it. So go ahead and start your vote. The poll is up now. And first we'll start with Moves Like Jagger from the GGN crew.
Oh, hello. Hi. Moves from the GGN crew. One of 4 dudes on the channel. I stream there on Tuesdays. I'm currently going through Tactics Ogre Reborn. And if you love Ron's voice, I do a slew of multiple voice acting on the game because I turn off the voices and voice the lines myself. So yeah, come on by, hang out, give me some inspiration.
Alrighty. Up next is Virtual Spectre.
Hi, that's
Hello.
me. I also do content here on Twitch. It's been a little sporadic lately, but coming up soon, we're going to be starting Final Fantasy VII Remake and also Octopath Traveler. I'm excited. I like JRPGs. These are fantastic ones, so it should be a good time. Come by and hang out.
Next, Bunny Dreadful.
Hi, I am Bunny Dreadful. I'm an art streamer. I actually stream on this channel, so make sure to like, follow, subscribe, all those things. If you want to see me draw some D&D, or I'll be back on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll be drawing some. I think we're finishing up our D&D Disney Princess drawing we were working on. So come hang out and watch me draw that. Thanks.
Last but not least, Mac and Cheese, please.
Oh, hi, mac and cheese, please. I make Minecraft content on the YouTubes, and then I stream on Twitch when I feel like it recently, which hasn't been. So catch me on YouTube and maybe on Twitch.
Go watch your YouTube videos and hear my stupid ass voices.
Yeah, Maximus Rake is Brandon in our show. So
That's me.
that's him. He plays little pink-haired
A pink-haired little
creature.
shit.
A little shit, yeah.
Pretty
That's a meaner way to say it, but yeah.
Mhm. And also, hi, Max and the DM here at Casters and Cantrips. And I'd like to congratulate Vin for winning the vote.
Aw.
Apparently, chat
It was
believed
the
that
teleport,
Vin's...
y'all.
Well, chat said that Vin's farts were the smelliest, so that's why.
Yeah.
Wait, did they really say that?
Yep.
Yes.
Well, I am vegetarian, so I mean,
It also said your character was lactose intolerant.
I'm also
Yeah.
lactose intolerant. We had mod sticks for not
There you
brekkies,
go.
for
There you
lunch.
go. So anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you haven't yet, go follow us on, or go subscribe to us on YouTube, where we have some shorts and we have other videos out there, as well as TikTok. You can join the Discord, hang out with all of us, and talk about all the cool things that we do both on and off the stream. You can follow us over on Twitter to get all the up-to-date news of what's going on in the channel when we're going live. That's where we'll be posting information about the upcoming one-shots and the second campaign. And then, of course, if you really want to support us, you can go hang out with us and be a patron on our channel, which you can get early access to all of our podcasts. You can see a very special zine. You can read Vin's zine. And if you have the platinum tier, you can also build an NPC with me. So I am actively working on campaign 2. So if it's a perfect time for someone to help me create an NPC in that brand new world. So anyway, with that being said, you can also check out castersandcantrips.com for anything else that you may want or need from us. But with that being said, we will be back next week. to unravel this shit that y'all just stepped in. And we will see you all there at the same time. So as usual, go pet cute animals, do donuts, not drugs, and we will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.